Hey, what's going on, Cancers? Butch here. I am going to do your 1 week read. It is a general read, so it may not resonate with everyone. It is for your sun, moon, rising, and your Venus. For all you cross watchers, roles can be reversed. Always feel free to comment down below. I am going to be using the Runic Tarot. And with all that being said, let's get it. Universe, what is going on for Cancers? What message do we have for Cancer's universe? All right, Cancers. So the first thing I see, Cancers, I feel like this is someone that you already know. And I feel like with this person, I feel like there's a lot of chaotic energy. I mean, we have the Six of Cups, that past person. Then we have the Tower. I feel like there's a lot of chaos in this connection right now. You know, I feel like there's a lot of sleepless nights, a lot of anxiety. But what you don't know is I feel like it's not just you that's feeling this way. You know, I feel like that anxiety, that sleepless nights is on you, but it's on them as well. You know, I feel like with this person, I feel like this person needs you. They don't just love you, they need you. And I feel like they have a hard time saying that out loud. You know, I do feel, I mean, with that Eight of Swords, that self-imposed prison, it's almost like they're waiting for shit to go sideways. And there is a bit of self-sabotaging energy here because it's almost like they're preparing for the worst. The fact that they love you and the fact that they need you, they feel like that is just a precursor to shit going sideways. And I feel like that's what's causing that anxiety. You know, this person's overthinking the shit of this. You know, they think about you and only you. They only want to be with you. You know, you brung out something and then that they didn't expect that even know, they didn't even know it was there. You brought out feelings that were so pushed down, were pushed down so deep that they didn't even know they were there. And you brought that out of them. You know, they didn't see what was right in front of them. But like I said, I don't feel like this person has ever really had a positive relationship. So it's almost like they're afraid of being vulnerable because they're afraid of getting hurt. And that's what causes that chaotic energy. I mean, that in and out, that hot and cold energy with this person, it has nothing to do with how they feel about you. It's the fear of what you could do to them. And like I said, there is a bit of self-sabotaging because they are in that self-imposed prison. They're keeping you at an arm's length, even though they don't want to. They don't want that. They want to be with you. They want to be open and honest with you. But the fear is, once they become vulnerable, they become a victim. And this is very common for people that have been hurt before. Especially people that gave it all and were hurt. I feel like the bond you have with this person is very special. It's very deep. I feel like, at the core of it all, you have a strong friendship with this person. We have that Three of Cups. And I feel like it's a bond that you share with this person. It's a lifelong bond. This person has a hard time accepting it because when you're used to being hurt, or when you're used to being in a situation where it's not good for you, it's toxic, it's like living in a damn swamp. If you've lived in a damn swamp your whole life, when you move up to that deluxe apartment in the sky like the Jeffersons, shit's different for you. You don't know how to act. You don't know what to do. And the biggest fear is that you have to go back to that swamp. That this is all just some fantasy and you're going to end up going back to the swamp. This person, I do feel like you both want the same thing here. I feel like they know what's right here. They know what they want. Everything in them is telling them to go for it, to not hold back. And they don't want to hold back, but there is that internal struggle within this person with that Five of Wands. They're having a hard time accepting that something good can happen to them. And what you are is that something amazing happening to them. This connection they have with you is something they weren't prepared for. They didn't see it coming. Like I said, we have that Five of Swords or Five of Wands, that internal struggle, because they know what they want, they just don't know how to get it. And they're afraid that if they invest in it, it'll disappear. It's like when you're ever dreaming and you have this very vivid dream. And it's that feeling that you don't want to wake up because that dream is too good. That's what they're feeling, but in real life. This person wants to move forward with you. This person isn't walking away from this. They're just having a hard time walking with it. But they do want to move forward. You are on the same page. You want the same things. You have, like I said, you have this foundation built on something strong, which is that friendship. That's the core of it. We have that nurturing energy meets that protective energy. Very, very strong and protective, but very soft and nurturing as well. It's the dynamic this person always wanted. They just never thought they were going to find it. And they're seeing things in a different perspective. And I feel like I said, with that Devil card, they are learning to let go, Cancer. They are learning to let go of that negative thinking. They are starting to see things in a different perspective. Even though, like I said, there is that hot and cold energy, even though there's that chaotic energy, they're not going anywhere. And they're realizing that you're not either. I do even feel like there's part of this is like this part of the self-sabotaging energy I'm feeling from this person. It's almost like they're intentionally trying to push you away to see if you'll go. And I'm not going to put that on them because I feel like they had a bad run. I'm not saying they should treat you that way. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it's hard when you're not used to it. I grew up in a house, there wasn't any love. And then when the first time I experienced real love, it was uncomfortable at first because I wasn't used to it. And it's like I said, it's like if you were, you're homeless and all of a sudden one day you wake up and you won the lottery. You got all this money and you're like, I don't know what to do with it because I never had that. I've never had that problem. My problem was always surviving. Now I'm faced with an opportunity to live. But it takes time. I feel like you've been patient, and I feel like your patience is about to pay off. Like I said, they need you, but they didn't know how to tell you till now. This person, they are going to show up for you. They are going to put in the work, and I feel like they are going to be more honest moving forward. Now that they realize that you're not going anywhere, now they realize they can actually invest in this. I do see exactly that, what they're going to be doing. We have the star card. I feel like this person is going to nurture this connection, and I feel like you're going to get to the place where you wanted to get to with this person in to begin with. You're both on the same page. I mean, we have that 10 of Cups, that family card. We have the star card, that Aquarius energy. Sometimes we just live in a place where nothing good happens. So when something good does happen, we take it with a grain of salt. And I feel like that's kind of what this person did. But I feel like the connection you have is a lot deeper than they expected. And now they're starting to really notice that. They're really starting to see the bigger picture here. And because of the way this is all going down, I do feel like you're going to get a lot more of what you wanted from this person. Now, like I said, I'm not saying that you should have to put up with any type of, games. And I don't feel like they're really playing games. It was almost like a test. But even still, I mean, that's not something that anybody should have to be put through. But they do truly love you. I do feel like your patience is going to pay off. Because we finished this with a 9 of Cups. Emotionally having your cups filled. All the things you want are there. All the things that you want from this person, they have to give. It just took them a while to catch up. They got a little bit lost. Like I said, not used to this. Not used to actually winning. They're not used to getting what they want. They're not used to being happy. And when you're not used to being happy, I mean, it takes some time to accept it and to realize this is really your life. That day you wake up and you go to work and they give you that promotion you've always wanted, it feels surreal in the beginning. And sometimes you even pinch yourself. When people always say, I pinch myself, make sure I wasn't dreaming. And it happens in all facets of life. When people say it still doesn't feel real, that's where this person's at. They're in the place where it still doesn't feel real. But it's not, it doesn't feel real for them. It is. It feels real for them. What they're worried about is if it's not real for you. One of the hardest things when we've been hurt by people that we let in is to let in that next person. And like I always said before, holding somebody accountable for what other people did for you is not a way to move on. When somebody hurts you and you think about that in the next relationship, you're allowing the person to hurt you to continuously hurt you. So I'm not saying what they're doing is right. It is a self-preservation. They're still pinching themselves, but they are starting to see the bigger picture. With this person, we have Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. We have Virgo, we have Capricorn, some Taurus, some Aquarius, some Libra, some Sagittarius as well. Like I said, when you're used to not having a certain, if you're always in a relationship, you always get in a relationship with bad people and they hurt you, they cheat on you, they abuse you, whatever they did. Eventually it starts taking a toll on us. And every relationship after that sometimes suffers, and that's the sad thing because it shouldn't. Like I said, once it's like a book. Relationships are like books. If it was a bad book, throw that shit away. Don't read it again. Don't continuously read it. And don't go back to the Cliff Notes. It was a bad book. But don't let a bad book turn you off of reading. If you catch my drift. And that's what I'm saying too as well, is like I've seen it so many times, people that got hurt by someone, then they close their heart off to anyone new. because they're afraid that's going to happen again. So what that is really doing is you're giving that person that hurt you so much power in your life. Power that they don't deserve. They never earned. But we're all human. It happens. Especially if you're with someone that hurt you and then you meet someone else, and even if they just one little thing about that person reminds you of that past person, we can close ourselves off even though we don't really want to. But that's what I mean by like self-preservation. Sometimes we shut ourselves off because we don't want to feel the hurt. But what happens is we're shutting ourselves off, shutting those emotions off. We're not only not feeling the hurt, but we're not feeling the good. We're not feeling the great. You can't shut them off on one side. You can't shut off the pain and still have the joy. But like I said, this person doesn't just want you. They don't just love you. They need you. I feel like, but they're seeing it though. I mean, don't get disheartened by the fact that this person, whatever has transpired, this chaotic energy, the sleepless nights, whatever's transpired, you're gonna get past it. It is gonna be better. Like I said, they got a little lost. They're catching up. And I feel like once they catch up, I mean, the game's testing people. I've been down that road with people before, and it's not a good feeling because nobody wants to be played. But they're not playing you to hurt you. They're not playing you to take advantage of you. The game that they're playing is a trust game. And in their eyes, they're doing it for a very authentic reason. But for all the cross watchers, for whoever this resonates with, don't play games. Nobody deserves that. Your fear of getting hurt shouldn't allow you. It shouldn't give you permission to hurt other people. I feel like that you have something special right now, and you need to embrace it because not everybody gets that opportunity. And just because bad shit happened to you doesn't mean it's gonna keep happening to you. And I said this before, but without pain, we wouldn't know joy. Without sadness, we wouldn't know happiness. Without the dark, we wouldn't know the light. Sometimes we got to go through roads. Like that saying goes, you got to put up with the rain to get the rainbow. But like I said, don't hold on to things that other people did to you in the past and hold new people accountable for that. It's not fair to them and it's not fair to you. That's what I have for you. Be good. Take care. Stay safe.